Okay, there was this king, and he had three sons. And he had to decide between the three sons which one was going to follow him as king. It was a hard choice because they were all fabulous, strapping young men. The oldest son was the smartest, and he was this fabulous warrior and this great marksman, and he could wrestle down any man in the king's army. The middle son was the tallest and the strongest, and he could wrestle anyone, and he could run for miles, and he was wise and good. The third son was kind of ordinary. He was strong and he was good and he was capable, but he didn't really stand out in anything, and he was just a little bit of a dreamer. So the king had to decide which one should he choose. So he came up with a plan. He got his three sons together and he said, "Come on, boys, let's go hunting. Grab your bows." So they all went marching out to the field, and the king saw a vulture far away, way up in the tree. He turned to his first son and he said, "Son, I want you to shoot that vulture out of the tree." So the first son grabs his bow and gets an arrow and pulls it tight, and the king says, "Stop. What do you see?" The young man stops and says, well, I see grass, I see a few cows, I see a nice blue sky. The king says, "Stop, never mind." He turns to the second son. "I want you to shoot that vulture out of the tree." The second son, he's so big and strong, and he grabs his bow and he pulls it and he's ready to shoot, and the king says, "Stop. What do you see?" And the son says, "Why, I see a tree, I see clouds, I see a vulture. I'm ready to shoot." And the king says, No, never mind. He gets the third son and he says, "Son, I want you to shoot that vulture out of the tree." The young son grabs his bow, pulls it tight, aims at the vulture, and the king says, "Stop. What do you see?" And the son says, "I see the point where the wing meets the body." Phew, lets the arrow go and shoots the vulture out of the tree. This is a story about single-pointedness and focus. It's also a really good story about knowing who you are. You're the one that is that single-pointed and that focused.